G'day, so today on the Larry Lakers, the Lakers have won at last after 3 losses on the trot. The Lakers are back and our viewers have got plenty of questions. You're watching the Larry Lakers, the dribbling chit chat, immediate reaction to the Lakers win against the Phoenix Suns. The Lakers are now 4-5, but they're only 1-5 on the road. At last, they've opened the on-road account. Lebron, what a game. Here's our questions though. What a fourth quarter. And here's the questions from our viewers. Was this the best fourth quarter of the year from Magic and Figueroa? Was this leading to a dud game for virtually 3 quarters, a dud voucher that we proposed Adam Silver made for League Pass? Well, it was interesting for 3 quarters. Was this Cam Reddish redemption? Mike O at San Luis Obispo. Mike O is at San Luis Obispo. Was it Cam Reddish redemption time? What about the comeback without AD? And was AD hurt for 3 quarters? Ask Mo from Memphis. Good question, Mo from Memphis. Was D'Angelo not in the closing, but was there something special? Did he help the team in the third quarter? Points from Sean at Abbey Takeaway. Good question, Sean. LeBron all fourth quarter without sitting down. Will he have any fuel left for the next game against Portland? That's from 3 names at Scotown. Is AD hurt, and should he be thanking D'Angelo Russell? Well, it's not like D'Angelo Russell played centre, but if we go back, we'll talk about that. That's D Styles at the nation's capital. Maybe D'Angelo Russell helped AD in the third quarter. Did Nurkic have his way with AD? Says Big Mun's himself, a big basketballer, a centre himself. Did Nurkic push around AD too much, or did AD eventually come back? Were the Suns dangerous looking with Beal if they ever get Beal and Booker? Because today we saw Beal in his first home game. Tim Huggs at Destination Anywhere. What about the 3 points? Are they regressing to the mean? Normally teams come back after a good game. Are the Lakers finally getting back to the mean? Owen at Orange County. Good to have Orange County from Los Angeles in the area. LeBron's trust in Cam Reddish. Is it a great thing after the loss in Miami? Was it tested? Monteo from Manila. Good on you, Monteo, and thanks to our listeners in the Philippines. And was this a special LeBron game? But should we not forget Austin Reaves and a little bit of Torian Prince? And that's come from Jono at Scotown. So all of those questions and more coming up on the Larry Lakers after our first win. Let's get straight into them. What about the Lakers? What a game it was, and what a fourth quarter. But I think it was really well set up by the first quarter. If you think about it, the Lakers, they wouldn't get the famous calzones. We brought in the calzones to focus them on trying to get a win in the first quarter. First quarter calzones. We want calzones. The crowd chanting instead of just tacos for full time. We want something to help get first quarter concentration, but it didn't work. And 25-34, you thought, is this another one? 25-34, outscored by Phoenix, more second chance points, more rebounds. You wondered what was going on. Bill looked good as well. And quarter number 2, again, we got 30 and they got 29. So we got one of those points back there from that 9-point lead. Then every time though, it broke out to 12 points plus, we'd get it back to 7. They'd get it back to 12, and it looked like they did it with ease. So that's why it looked like a worry, I think, for the Lakers. Third quarter, 34-33. The Lakers got another one back. So got it back, but they were lucky. It was a great shot. Cam Reddish had to really pump fake or in the air, double clutch a 3-point shot to get sort of in and under KD, and right on the buzzer he got it. Just gave us a little bit of life there to get it back within 7. And then, boom, fourth quarter, here come the Lakers. Just when you thought this is going to quickly, I'm going to ask for the Dud Game League Pass voucher, 5% off for next year. Adam Silver's getting onto it, thanks to our viewers that have put on that idea. But 23, and then a steal right at the end. I thought Beal had got a little bit of a risk, but they went to the replay, and you just don't need that with so few seconds left in the game. They could bring it back to a 3-point game, Phoenix, and with just under a minute left, you thought, hello, are we going to extra time, overtime for LeBron? Let's have a look at the rundown. How was it? Anthony Davis, 36 minutes. He looked gone for first quarter. He has had the hip groin injury, but to his credit, he played. To his credit, I think people were critical. I think it's probably, if he didn't play, we might not have won. So good on him for having a go, but he really was slow. Nurkic was pushing him around the first couple of quarters. He was 5 of 14 from field goal. The commentators are saying he's got to get going. LeBron's not playing too badly. The others aren't playing too badly. The shot percentage was actually a little bit better than Phoenix, but the second chance points were killing us. So we're beating them on the skill, but not the effort and just scrambling for the ball. So maybe it could come off. You had to be patient. You had to be a patient person and not walk away from this game up to 3 quarters. But my thinking is crazy that the third quarter helped set up the fourth quarter. And I think there were people like D'Angelo Russell came on and he started to feed AD, get him in a screen and roll, hesitate, so the defense came up and he could really dish and give Anthony Davis a fair bit of space rolling to the basket. So I think D'Angelo Russell, other than the points he scored tonight and the assists, needs some credit for helping to get AD going. LeBron's been one of the people that's force-fed him in the past, but tonight I think it was D'Angelo Russell. If you go back and have a look at that third quarter, it's worth rewatching, I think. Austin Reaves off the bench was a bit special. Took him a little while to get going, but Austin Reaves was good. Rui, good to have him back, but he didn't really get going until later in the game. Hadn't scored a lot of points, hadn't got a lot of rebounds. And Taurean Prince just kept hanging around, as did the Lakers. They sort of hang around, as we said. They'd get it back to 7. You think this could go to 5, but then they'd hit a couple of points. The ease with which Phoenix hit them, guys like KD, hit them so easily you think, oh, there's no way we get them, because every time we come back, they just seem to easily get away from us again. Somehow, though, they hung around, got that little break just before the end, at the end of third quarter, thanks to Cam Reddish, and then had a little run in the fourth quarter, and you still thought, they're resting KD. They'll bring KD back on and they'll come back with an ease. But I think we turned it up a notch, started to scramble, bump, get a hand to the loose ball, tap back a rebound, deny their second chances points as much as they got them the first 3 quarters. A little harder to get second chance points in that last quarter. See what you think. Go and have a look. But AD, 5 of 14, it wasn't himself, but credit to him perhaps for playing. 4 on the offensive rebounds, 7 on the defense. So 11 rebounds, 8 for 8, solid from the free throw, and at least he's trying to get to the line there. 1 block, very AD-like. Normally he blocks Nurkic all over the place. A sure sign, I think, that he wasn't 100% tonight. -5 in the real plus, but he brought it back. Have a look at how he brought it back. And I think that third quarter was the turning point. Getting him going wasn't awesome, but it was a big help in getting him there. Plus, the work the team did with AD on the bench. They made a big inroad into this with AD on the bench, to the point where Ham might have been tempted, except big name AD. You've got to get his head right for this season, and got him back on. He did play well down the line, but a couple of times, defensive rebounds, you think he'd snap. He tapped them, and they're going to get them. Phoenix, exciting down the end. Great fourth quarter. What do you guys think? Put your comments in. Taurean Prince, handy, 3 of 8, 0 of 4 from 3 though, and +3 with just 7 points, only 1 rebound, 0 assists. But one of the great things he did, other games this year, we've gone for threes when a 2 will do. Darvin Ham, we've gone for 3 when a 2 will do. And we've lost games twice, Miami and one other, where we had to go to extra time, I think. D'Angelo pumped, stepped. We could have just had a 2. So a couple of times we haven't won games when a 2 would do. This time Prince faked the 3, held it, and dribbled in, went to the basket for the finger roll. What a great move. Everyone, the Lakers had hit at last a couple of threes. I think they had hit 6 of their threes after being hopeless in threes up to that point. Taurean Prince, smart play, and that's what you want. That's why we got this veteran guy, and perhaps instead of some of those younger players that were available on minimum contracts. He's on a bit more than a minimum, but Taurean Prince, what a good signing, at least today. Just the classiness, not a lot of points, but just his steady experience helped that combination. Cam Reddish, this was the breakout game. Not so much in points, although he smashed it up there. He's ended up with 17. He's +7, one of the best real pluses, but he ended up being the person to hound and annoy KD in that fourth quarter and third quarter. And Christian Wood tried a couple of times, though. KD just took him to town, pulled up. They fouled him a couple of times. Prince as well did some work on him, but they made KD work. That combination of Prince, Wood, and Reddish ended up getting over the top. But of course, the one who's getting a lot of credit is Reddish, but I think we could also give some credit to Christian Wood and Taurean Prince. They're unlucky they got the odd foul on him and they looked a bit foolish, but they made him work, and in the end it was Reddish who did the best job on him and got a couple of steals, really made it hard work. Even if someone else got the steal, it was Cam Reddish. So if it looked like Austin Reaves got the steal, sometimes it was Cam Reddish who did the work on KD, Kevin Durant, before that play. So brilliant play, Cam Reddish, and LeBron throwing the ball. There's a question there. What about LeBron's trust in Cam Reddish after the Miami loss? He did it again, kicked it to him today, and today he answered back. Didn't get him the first couple of times. You thought, oh, here's a sign. That's exact repeat of the Miami game in the first half. But down that fourth quarter, Cam Reddish, bang. Christian Wood, a good one from 45 degrees as well. LeBron James played all the fourth quarter. He might be fatigued, but it still totals up to that 36 minutes. 11 of 17, better percentage, I believe, than KD. 3 or 4 from 3. He took one, almost a heat check, and we're going down that fourth quarter, but he missed it. You thought, hello, I hope he's not going to fall in love with the 3, because the play before, he worked hard, got in, spun, fell back, hit the fadeaway, and instead of working hard for the next basket, took that easy 3, but he didn't hit it. The good news is he didn't keep forcing that the next couple of plays. Good on you, LeBron. 11 of 17, 3 or 4 from 3, 7 of 11. That's a bit of a worry. His free throws aren't going in the way as well as they could. Perhaps a sign of that, just getting your timing out with age, but he's doing so many other things so well. For an older player, maybe it's a great thing. 10 defensive rebounds, just 1 offensive, but 11 boards for LeBron. So 32 points, 11 boards, 6 assists. What a game. 1 steal, but 4 turnovers. So these turnovers, these missing the free throws, little worrying signs, but wow, he did the right thing. He came good when the game was at its highest points tonight, LeBron, as did Cam Reddish. D'Angelo Russell, a little bit unlucky not to be in that combination that closed out the game. But I think you go back, rewind it. He helped get, as we said, he played a role in this game, particularly with getting AD going. D'Angelo Russell, pretty good here, 6 of 12, 0 of 3. And we said, can this guy find a way to help when his three's not dropping? Well, he got to the free throw line. He got 7 of 9 free throws, D'Angelo. He got 3 defensive rebounds, and he got 9 assists. So 9 assists, that's what we're saying. Can he get something going? So 9 assists in 29 minutes. You've got to be pretty happy with that there. He's +1, sort of broke even there, but on the good side of even. In a close game, we'll take it. 19 points. We need that third scorer. We're wondering, where are the points going to come from? We re-signed Austin Reaves, re-signed Rui, didn't go and get that sort of $12 to $18 million point scorer. Instead, reinvested in our own players there at the risk of finding these cheaper guys to play the roles, the Torian Princes, etc. So a little bit of a worry that the Lakers did not go and buy some point scoring, and we've been lacking that, particularly from three. And today, though, we found it a sort of a mix with Russell and perhaps a little bit of Reaves. Let's go on and get off. So Davis, Prince, James, Reddish, Russell, your starters there today, folks. Hachimura, 20 minutes off the bench, 3 of 6, 1 of 3, hit one right at the right time, at the tough time in clutch, pretty much clutch time down the fourth quarter. Not a lot of rebounds for such a big man. We could get that going. He's got 3 defensive rebounds, just the 1 assist, but he was +6 in the real plus minus. Only turned it over once, Rui. 7 points, but gee, they were a handy 7 points when he got them. Christian Wood, good game, I thought, and one of his better games. I thought he went missing. I think criticism's probably a bit fair so I think folks could be a little bit critical of his game back there against Houston. That was a game, former team you've played for, time to come and stand up, and he went a bit missing there. Didn't really get his shot away. But today, hit 1-3 just when you needed it down the final couple of minutes in that fourth quarter. 9 rebounds, 6 of those defensive, of course, but +8, the best real plus minus, which can be intriguing in that he was on when the team made a run. But it was on in that time when they made a run without Davis, which was incredible in that it was pretty lucky too. There was some good fortune in that Kevin Durant wasn't on the paddock, on the court at the same time. There he is, +8, great job. Jackson Hayes, just a few minutes there at 5, but Austin Reaves, off the bench, a lot was made of him coming off the bench. Austin Reaves, 35 minutes today, 6 of 11, 2 of 4 from 3, few beautiful mid-ranges, one really long two-pointer just inside three-point range, 7 assists, so the assists are back. Hasn't been getting that many assists prior to this, Austin Reaves. So there's a good question, is he back? He still ended up, he was on so long and we were behind for so much of those first 3 quarters. He's ended up with a negative real plus minus of -2, but a lot of that's come from those first 2 quarters particularly, and a bit of that third until we got a little bit of that run on. We did make 1 point back second quarter, 1 point back third, but what a great run. And they were important. Hanging around was important. Winning ugly, as I think Brad Gilbert, the tennis player, used to say, well, we were hanging around ugly for 3 of those quarters. And then see what you think. Comment below, but I think really we hung around ugly, and then lucky we did, because that helped us stay in the game to finally get a little bit of luck go our way and move on that fourth quarter. See what you think, fans, or listeners. Put them in, fans of the Lakers, listeners to this show. Kevin Durant, 13 of 27, 39 minutes, 8 of 10 from the free throw, 4 of 6. So he's hitting 66% from 3, and it looked like he'd do it anytime he wanted to. Kick the ball around sometimes, just when you thought you had to collapse in and cover him. 5 assists, 9 rebounds, so what a superstar he is. He's +8 for 38 points, so really carrying the show. A guy we said, where were you on this one? Where were you on Kelly Oubre, for example, Pelinka? But what about this Keita Bates-Diop? We could have had a look at him. So the interesting younger guys and tall wings that can score a bit there, and they got one there in Bates-Diop. He had a decent game, -6 in the real plus, but 11 points as a starter. Nurkic had one of his best games. His last couple of games, early they said, oh, he's a dud buy in the trade with Portland, but he, the last couple of games, has played well for Phoenix. Today he played pretty well. He was pushing Davis around, but having said it, I don't think, comment below, I don't think Davis was 100%. This is not a real test of Nurkic v. Davis. Davis goes to town blocking Nurkic 5 or 6 times a game. So I don't think today was a real example for this combination, or how you see these guys head to head. But he went well today, +5 in the real plus minus, 14 points, 9 rebounds, and he looked like he was having his way. Beal, folks will be excited. That's his first game. He's had the back spasms, first games for Phoenix. So when they get Booker, yes, I'll I'll be a bit nervous about playing him. Hopefully the Lakers can win. He's ended up minus 14 because he was on some of those minutes where the Lakers made that run back. But for most of the game, he was in the positives. If they didn't have that little run there in that fourth quarter, I think he might have been one of the, obviously he and Durant, the stars of the game. He looked classy for corner threes. They moved the ball around. No one was even getting anywhere near him because they moved the ball that well. And he just hit them reliably. There, the Beal, minus 14 for his 24 points. So 24 points, 4 rebounds. But they'll be happy he got 32 minutes for his 24 points. Grayson Allen, still, I guess people say he's an annoying little player. He got 9 points. He looked handy for them as well. I think he's a good pickup from the Milwaukee combination in that trade, in that you need to round out. If you've got all your money in these 3 superstars, you need to be able to round out. You can't get all the rounding out of your team with minimum contracts. We'll get onto that. Eubanks, just the 2 points, 5 rebounds. Watanabe, plus 6 in the positives. Okogie, I thought, was unlucky not to get back on much. He had 0 personal fouls. He's a great defender. He was on plus 7. I don't know if our friend there, Frank Vogel, the former coach, has missed a trick in not getting Okogie back on. Perhaps they needed the offense of Eric Gordon, who played 28 minutes for a positive 13. Okogie just 13 minutes, and I thought he was going well enough to get back on. The Lakers, as we said, behind, but you just had to hang in and hope, well, I don't know if something can happen, because really, we beat them on shot percentage. We hit 50% and they hit 45 really. 3-point percentage, it was hopeless. But you think, could it ever revert to the mean? Do you ever think, like the shooter's mentality, keep shooting them, keep shooting? Anyway, that did. It came, and we got a little run of 6 from quite a few different sources. Cam Reddish being one of them, you wouldn't have necessarily thought. And then Wood, which you might have expected before. Even Lebron, he was the one, the best on the threes early, which you wouldn't have thought is your best 3-point source. So 44% from the 3 for the Lakers at last. 40 and a half, so you could call it 41. Their free throws pretty even. We looked bad on the free throws. You thought this could be how we lose the game, but 76% and they shot 74. Thankfully, rebounded, we were out rebounded, and that's one of the things. We brought it back a bit. We tended to give them very few second shot opportunities down that fourth quarter. See what you think and please comment. But 43 to 52, but where we got them at the important time. Thankfully, they're the Lakers. Defensive rebounds is that example of what I'm talking about. 34-35, so only one different in the defensive rebound. We started to get them when we needed them down that fourth quarter, albeit defensive rebounds. A couple of times, though, just when they didn't, we tapped the ball, kept it alive, and we were able to get second and third possessions just when they needed to put a run on somewhere in that last 2 minutes, and we ended up with a shot in the corner or a foul or that Torian Prince pump fake and move in for that layup. Pretty clever timeout too, I thought, the people that questioned Darvin Ham. Anthony Davis ended up dribbling over halfway, and he was right on a 3-man trap. And just, I don't know if he saw all the players coming at him, as he's an okay dribbler, but we needed to release the ball to him. He got over half quick, timeout from Darvin Ham. Very clever, set up the next play, and we got away with it. Assists, we got more assists than them. As I said, we were probably behind in that though until that fourth quarter. Same on steals, we're 9. And blocks, even though AD only got the 1, we got 7 and they got 1 there. Total turnovers pretty even. So, and we were lucky to get one more basket on fast breaks. As I said, probably those steals that Cam Reddish helped create in that fourth quarter, and we weren't necessarily ahead on those until it really mattered. Well done, Lakers. What's coming up next? Well, coming up next is a game finally back at Crypto on Sunday, 7 o'clock there, Los Angeles time. Tomorrow, we'll remember the soldiers there on the US side. Remembrance Day. It's Remembrance Day in the Southern Hemisphere. So the 11th at 11 a.m. for those folks in Australia in the Southern Hemisphere. I believe it's still Remembrance Day in the same date. Tomorrow there for the Lakers, or it's probably getting close to that because it's so late by the time we get this show on. So thank you to those who've served. thank you for your service. Moving on, with the next game after that, back at Crypto, of course, we play Memphis. So the next two games, 12th of November, back at Crypto, the Lakers will play the Portland Trailblazers. Then on November the 14th, at Crypto again, the Lakers feed Memphis. Then the 15th, so a back-to-backer. How will we rest AD and LeBron? We need these wins though. Sacramento Kings, what are we going to do? How are we going to load manage for that game? Then only a short rest, and we're back up at Portland at the Motor Centre for the Trailblazers. So a great win tonight. It looked like, as fans, as listeners said, were we headed to one of those dud game vouchers that we're asking Adam Silver to make for League Pass for all the hard workers who end up with a dud game and get 5% off. Idea that's come right here. I'm sure Adam Silver's watching. And then you get that discount next year. But outside judges, independent judges decide if it is a dud game. It was heading that way for probably 2 and almost 3/4. Although if you go back, some of the work that helped that fourth quarter get up came in that third quarter. Roll the game back. There were sneaky things happening with D'Angelo and AD, starting to get him going in that fourth. That Cam Reddish shot was a big boost to get us started, and a little bit of the LeBron management and the run that occurred while AD was having a rest was such a vital run in the game. Again, I'll be rolling that back tonight and having a look at that and having a little glass of sparkling water and thinking, well, thank you, team, because it could have been a lot worse than that. You've been listening to the Larry Lakers. See us on the podcast. Send us your questions. We've also got the Larry Lakers at Gmail. But have a look at the podcast. Have a look at the YouTube as well. And go back and have a look at some of the previous shows where we've questioned maybe could Palinka have gone this way or that way on trades. There's always some extra question in each of the shows. Until next time, against Portland, you've been watching the Larry Lakers Dribbling Chit Chat. Thanks for your questions and thanks for watching.